Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel World of Mike the Partwork Wrangler, and today we're going to be working on the next phase of Big Ben Strikes 10. And as you can see, just recapping last time, we did this beautiful elegant clock going round, as you can see. And we're basically going to be extending this so that we can put this little steeple section on that we did last time. So what's going to happen is we're going to get B26, and we need 4 of them. So B26 apparently, and we're just going to be looking for them. And it's these 4 little parts that are down here. So very delicate parts these. So we'll just get these parts out like so. And I'm going to get my file, which I did have here, but it's gone. So I'm going to have to use this old one that I have here and just take this little edge off a bit, and on each of them ones, as you can see, a little bit. Is that been took off? It's on that one, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, and what's going to happen is, as you can see, that it's got like a little hook mechanism in it, but if you look very carefully, it's got this fancy bit at the top. We need to ensure that the fancy bit at the top remains at the top, and these are going to be basically going into what looks to be these holes here at the side. So basically they're going to go into, I suspect, something like that, just basically hooked into in position like that. It doesn't actually, I was under the impression that something might hook up this little section there because there's like a hook section, but no, that isn't the case on this. So basically we just put these all in like so, and remember that they all need to be facing the top. I don't know why that one's on a crooked bit, but interesting. And do that all the way around 4 sides. That's the 4th one. Don't really sit in very well, but and we'll get the last one into here next. Okay, so it looks like it's gone in lovely jubbly. Okay, so 4 little pillar posts at the moment. Next, we're going to get B10, so we need B10 next, and B10 is the little section that looks like this, so very elegant here, and we're going to get B10 out as well. Remember that we've got a printed side on here, so we do need to ensure the printed side is facing the outside here, and we'll just take off a little bit of excess sprue if you like. And what's going to happen is these are going to go round and basically connect into the 2 holes that we've got here. So we're going to have B10 and B10 basically here and there. So yeah, again, I'm not understanding why we've got like a little segment that looks like something connects to it, but as you can see, it's hidden behind this border thing here. So that little hook part that I was referring to, we don't actually need, so that's beautiful. Okay, lovely. So we're then going to get our next sprue bit, and that's going to go obviously the opposite side now. Just goes in there very lovely indeed. Nice snug fit that, as you can see, so that looks pretty damn cool. And then we're going to get B9. They're smaller panels, and these ones have a different sort of style to them, because where we've got this flat edge, this edge here has like a little dollar, like a gap if you like in it. So yeah, I quite like the fact that this, you know, every piece that goes on is just making the tower look more and more like Big Ben. I keep saying Big Ben, but as I said, that's the bell, not the actual tower. So yeah, so we'll pop that into this little section around the back here. So do find it gets more and more fiddlier as you get round. Let's try this side first. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Just gets a little bit tighter as we, you know, build it upwards and stuff. There's a little bit of a, not sure what that is, but that's that section done. Lovely. Then we're going to get B8. So B8 is a section that we've got here. It looks like a little plank or a board, if you like. And that's going to be basically, in other words, like the seat for this little part here, I should imagine. So yeah, we'll just take them excess sprue parts off. And as you can see, it's pretty obvious that these two tabs here are going to be marrying up into these two tabs that we've got here. So as you can see, we're going to pop them into position, and they're going to go into this part here. Just try that the other way, because this is a little bit on the tight side here, so might have to get a bit of tweezers behind this, because it's a little bit on the, there we go, just a little bit of a shimmy around, it's like it's going, so that's pretty cool. Okay, next we want to get ourselves B21, and B21 is this little section that we've got here, and these are going to be basically the supports so that we can install that triangular thing that we've been working on. That's going to go into there, like so, into that little gap that we had. Again, that's fitted in absolutely perfectly. There it is a little bit small, so I might just, don't know if that's supposed to go like that or that, but we'll leave that as it is. And then we're going to get ourselves B22, which is exactly the same, but a slightly different angled one. So you can get the idea that that hole is going to basically be sitting on the top of there. So yeah, all these little parts that hold this structure up, which is pretty damn cool. As you can see, you've got a hole here and a hole there. They're going to marry up to these two pegs that we've got here. So we're going to pop that over like so. We're going to put that into there, and we're going to put that into there, and that, my friends, is looking beautiful. I can't wait to power this up. Pretty damn cool. So once we've done that, obviously we need to, before we put the steeple on, we now need to get ourselves B6, and that's times 2 pieces. So B6 is a section that we've got up here, so you can see these are detailed parts again. We need 2 of them, so we can get both of them out. That's no problem. And as you can see, we can just go like this, and a bit of that, and a bit of this, and a bit of that. And that, my friends, remember that we want the plain side on this side and this printed side on the outside, and that's going to go onto, I believe, yeah, it's these 2 pieces here, so it's going to sit onto these little pillar parts, if you like. So one onto there. Whoops, that's a bit drunk, that side. So I'm finding that it doesn't seem to sit very flush, so as you can see, this one is struggling a bit for some reason. Doesn't stay on there very well, but I'm sure as we get further down the line, something will hold that on. So we'll pop that side onto here as well, and that's going to go onto the back side, as you can see. Really cool. And then we're going to get ourselves B5, and they're smaller pieces like this, and these ones are going to sit on the sides, so it's going to face up the side panels here and seal that off. Yeah. As you can see, that's going to sit onto there lovely. And we'll just do another one on this side. I mean, obviously this is the wrong type of file for this sort of job. I'll just see if I've got, yeah, that's a better one, we'll use that one. So you need really like a flat edge on this, and then we can take that off, and then that part will go onto here like so. And again, there is very loose on this side. You always get one for some apparent reason. And then all that's left to do on this stage is to pop our little steeple section onto here. I do find that I really do find, oh, that went on perfectly. Wow, look how tall that is. Oh, that's very cool. But as you can see, it is a little bit on the wobbly side. So I don't know about you folks, but I would be tempted to glue these parts all and reinforce it all, because I don't like the look of that. I think maybe it's just me, but maybe I just turn it a bit. But you see, it's, to me, that doesn't look like it's straight, but I can only put it on the one way. So it could be that we might have to flip these around to get it to look right. But as you can see, it just slides all over the place. So, but I'm not going to play with that too much. I'll have to figure that out later on. But that is that section there. That's that done. Okay, so we're now going to move on to the next phase of this construction, and it's basically building up the tower with it now. So we're going to get ourselves B3. So we need B3, and B3 are these bigger sections here, as you can see, and we're going to get that part out like so. We also need ourselves F6, so we need to get F6 as well, and I'm not sure if we have F6. Did they say F6? Apparently we've got an F symbol, right. It's interesting, okay. So F6, where that's come from then, because we have E1, we've got B14, D, and then we've got apparently F6. So, F6. Well, where would F6 be? Just checking around, because apparently we've got an F6. So, oh, leave it me. You put stuff down and then it goes, and oh man. I don't recall having a sprue with F's in, but let's see if we can work around that for the minute. So these are all going to be obviously slats, that's the problem. So what I think we'll do is this just will have to be a like super short one, because I've put F6 down and I don't know where I took it. Oh no, I'll tell you what F6 is. F6 are these parts, the translucent parts, aren't they? Because obviously they're the bits that are going to make it illuminate. Yeah, there we go. Sorry about that. I'm looking for, like, the trouble is, because it's translucent, you automatically assume that you're looking for a wooden part, but of course it's not. So that's what the issue is. But anyway, so now we've got the right part, what we can do is now carry on. And F6 is going to go onto, it looks as if it's going to go something, let's have a look here. No, they want the two holes, we've got the hole at the top and they want the two holes at the top here, so something like that. And then we're going to secure that in with some B17s apparently, so we're going to get the B screw again. B17 apparently. So these are like little hooks, if you like, as you can see here. So we can get a couple of them out. And these are basically like little hooks so that it will hold it in. So B17, it says that it wants 3 of these. So we've got 2 at the top here, 1, 2, and then 3 at the bottom. That's going to hook that in for us and keep that all in place. So that's pretty good. We get into the electrics stage here, because when you start seeing this see-through paper stuff, you you just know that electrics is soon going to be fast approaching, which is brilliant. Okay, so we're going to get another one of them, which is B17. We've got loads of these, so it's really, really good. That's going to go into, might have to pop next door and get the batteries because they're still in the kitchen at the moment. So and I filmed this in the bedroom, so I might have to pop behind and get them. Okay, so that sort of holds that in. That's pretty cool. And then what we're going to do is get B25 apparently. So B25, just having a look here. B25 is a very interesting piece. It looks like this. So this is B25. It's like a little hook thing for it. And that is going to go into B25. Apparently it's going to go through the top of here. We want it something looking like that, so it's interesting. That's going to shunt all the way up the top here, so I'm not entirely sure what the purposes of that is for, but I'm sure there's a good enough explanation. And then we need B7, and that's times 4 with them. So B7 is these little hook parts here. So apparently they want us to do 4 of them. So have to do, little tiny parts are very, very fragile here. So apparently they're just going to hook over the top of here apparently. So going to hook over the top and slant into there. Interesting. Not entirely sure what the purposes of these are. I was under the impression these might be hooks to hold parts together maybe, but perhaps it's just for fashion. I don't know. Okay, and then we're going to pop that onto that side. I imagine we've got to do this 4 times. Hello, what's happened there? Yeah, I imagine we've got to do this 4 times, so that's that part, and then we'll get another one of them, which is a B7 again. We'll get that little piece here, and that will go into this little section just there. Okay, right. So once we've done that, that's obviously these 2 parts now assembled, as you can see. We're then going to bring in B4 and do it all over again. So, yeah. So I'm just checking because complete 2 Fs in total, apparently. 2 Fs. I don't know what they mean by that. They say, it says here complete 2 F in total. 2 Fs. F times 2 maybe? I'm assuming they mean them. But I don't understand why it's saying 2 Fs in total. Let's just have a look at that. So F6 we have, well that's F5, so well if that's 2 Fs, I don't understand why they've asked us. I don't think that, I don't know why they didn't tell us to do that first. I don't understand that, but apparently it's 2 Fs, so I should imagine then that what they're saying to put 2 on here maybe. I mean, if that is wrong, then we can always take that off, but why have we got to do 2 of them? That don't make sense. But they're saying to do 2 Fs, so I mean that's the only thing that is an F piece, so can put that back on, but this don't make any sense. I mean, they should have told us to do this first. Maybe it's to double power the lights, maybe, I don't know, but I've got a feeling this is wrong, but we'll go with the flow on this one at the moment. Because the only thing that's an F symbol is obviously that there. And then they get down and say, do 2 Fs. But why couldn't they have told us to do that there? So, B17 has spare parts. F6 is on page 6. So I really don't get that. But anyway, I've done it. So, okay, then we want B4. So we're going to do B4 next. We have got another B3, but obviously they're not asking us to do that yet. So I don't think that's right. I think the other one of them BFs goes on the other B3, maybe. Because where's B3 going to have one of these? Do you see what I mean? So this is B4 anyway, and then it wants F5 on it. You know what that is? I think that's wrong. I think they're referring to 2 Fs on each of the B3 and 5 maybe, I don't know. But I'm awfully confused at the moment. So yeah. Because this F5 doesn't even have... That's F5, but they're... Oh, I see, so it's something like that. Right, okay. F5, and the same B17, to hold that into place. I dare say I've got to probably take this off, but all I keep thinking is that piece of paper we've just put on is wrong. For that F3 or whatever it was, F6 was it? Because if we put 2 on one tower, there's not going to be enough for the other panels. So I don't know on this, but see, it's like here they're referring to G times 2, but what is G? Because they're saying that complete 2G in total, G times 2. Well, there isn't nothing along here with the resemblance of G, so this is very confusing. Hopefully it will make a bit of sense going down the line a bit, but I don't get this. I mean, what are they referring to as G? Because this panel here is B4, so why are they mentioning G? I don't get that. But anyway, B25 is next. And B25 is going to go through the hole that is up here. And that's going to go through there. And then of course we've got to do them B7s again. They're going to go down there. Get another B7 off the desk here. Do this 4 times, so yeah. Oh, don't you dare fly off. Of course, unless you're going to the moon, but I don't intend to go to the moon anytime soon. So B7. Okay. Do you know what? I was having a look at the stove part the other day, and you know, I think it's 74 or 73, but it says that you screw that, you know the bit where you screw that panel in the ceiling of the roof cab? Well, apparently you screw that through to the actual sign that says East Stobart, the white border thing that sits on the top of the cab roof. So I don't understand why I didn't do that. There must be a reason behind that. But I'm not sure. Now this time I'm not actually going to put a G in. I'm not understanding what they mean by G. I'm not going to do that because, as I said, if we've got two other towers, then there's going to need to be lights for these two. So yeah, I'm not going to do that. I think that's wrong, what we've done with that paper, but we'll get to that a bit later down the line. I have no idea what they're referring to as G. B16 is next, so we'll get B16. I'm going to get this little part here. And B16, they want it, you've got this little tab facing outwards, but they want B16 and then obviously the F times 2. See, now it's getting even more confusing. F times 2. So are they saying that that is what we've just done? Why are they naming this F? I don't get that. I really am so confused on this section. But this one's got a hole, then a gap. No, this one's got a gap, a hole, then a gap, then a gap, then that. And that's the one we put them paper soles in. Do you know what? I'm taking this paper off because I don't think, I'm not comfortable with that. I don't understand why they've asked us to do that. So I'm going to take that off and keep one on. Because they're confusing me with this G and F business. So I don't know what they're going on about, but it's now confusing me even more. Okay, so I'm going to assume that the first one we did goes over this side, and that'll go into these two holes. So hang on a minute, that's so they're going to go into these two holes, understood. And I'm just going to take that section off there, and then I reckon this part is the part that goes, whoops, I reckon that's the part, because I'm not being funny, but both of these look exactly the same. So, oh mama, I mean, we can always swap them around if need be. So they're saying that this goes into this section here, I think. Now, that to me pretty much looks identical, so I don't know why there's such a big problem. Look, these, oh man, now we're getting fiddly parts. Because these ain't going to stay in, they're going to keep falling out. I should have put, imagine. Maybe it's around the wrong way. That is not going to stay in. So, I don't know why. Because as soon as you push that in, it then falls out again. So, this is awfully confusing. See, again, then they're saying G. Do you know what I think it is? I think this part, that smaller part, goes there, maybe. I've got a feeling that's what that does. Yeah. So then obviously we've got a smaller part that sits on there and the back part onto here, because you can see these are near enough the same size anyway. So why they've named them, I mean, the only difference is that this one doesn't have a hole in the middle like that one does. So you can obviously tell the difference here. Whereas, let's just double check this. So we've got a hole and a hole. That one's got a hole and a hole. And then obviously this side here, the one that goes on the other side would have a hole and a hole. And that's for this part. So yeah, that's easy to do, because all we can do is go round and quickly, you know, plumb some of these parts in. That's not a problem, because that's not going to be a problem. So I think this will be the last little section I do on this today, because I want to save some for next time, which will be next Tuesday. Now, I'm not necessarily doing this in the same order as what the instructions say, because we've already built one of these and we know how it works. So but yeah, I probably will go back over and glue some of these stages. Some of these just don't want to sit in. The top ones seem fine, it's these bottom ones that are being the pain. But yeah, that's that section. And then obviously that's the bit where they said they wanted this G25 to go through the top of here. Like that, and then it's oh, what parts was it? It was the B7s. Right. So I think you might find the electrics will be next week now, because I can't see us doing them this time round. There should be another one of these around here somewhere. Problem is though, we've now run out of them B7s, so yeah, this is the thing. Oh no, I found them, they're just here. So then this part, as I said, there's a hole there and a hole there and a blob. Hole, blob. Yeah, so I reckon that goes into that section. Yeah, that's what it is, because this side doesn't have that hole there, so that's what it would be, I reckon. So hopefully this is the last one now, and that's the end of the F5s. Okay, so I mean, you don't have to sand these small little bits here, but I like to make sure all the burrs are off. Yeah, I think that paper that we put on was wrong, the way we put that down, because it's pretty obvious that you need 4 slats for each part. So yeah, I like the fact that I don't know if Tower Bridge had this, these little clamp things that we're doing now, but I think it's great how they've used them to hold these on. So then we need another one, and that is obviously called B17. I have to turn that one round because it's playing up again. Okay. Then obviously B25 goes through the top here. And of course we need the B17s. I think these little parts that we're doing now are just for decoration purposes. I can't see how these would play a role in the electronics. Yeah, I don't know on that one. And then that should fit in. Oh no. Wow, okay. This one doesn't have that pillar thing on it, but apparently it sits into, you see these little cut out parts here and here? That's where it sits into. So I think, yeah. Just as I suspected, we have done that right, because this one here doesn't have that third hole in the middle. The ones at the other edge have the 3 holes, so that's that into position. Righty ho. Now, once we've done that, that is then obviously, we've put obviously that part in. Then we need to put in B15, because this is like a little clamp for it to hold on to. And then I just want to get the top of this on and then put that steeple section on, and I think we'll call that a session. So you can see it's 1, 2, 3 and 4, these parts here, but doesn't really matter too much which way you put them down. I mean, this obviously could be a bit of a fiddly job here, because we have to somehow line them all up together, which is going to be a bit of a pain. But we will try and do that as best we can here. I'll turn that round actually. So somehow we've got to get this all lined up. Like that wooden game called, you know, Jenga, where you pull the blocks out and then you've got to do it without the tower falling down. That's what I find this as, but there we go. What I did was I just pulled it at the side here. That seemed to have done the trick there, and that looks really damn cool. So once we've done that, the next stage is we need to put B18 in, and that's 4 parts of B18. So B18 is these parts here. They're saying 4, but there's only 2 of them at the moment. So I think that's, oh, this is the other 2, isn't it? Yeah, okie doke. That's B18. And what's going to happen is that's going to go into the holes that we've got going around there. So they're basically like support struts. So you see that'll go into there like so. Then obviously we'll put them poles that go through the middle there. So it's pretty cool. That doesn't look too bad, so we'll put that one on as well, and they'll pop that into there. The only concern would be is obviously them pins that we put in fall out. That would be quite annoying, but yeah, we'll just go with the flow on this one at the moment. You know, the pins in there, because you'd have to take all these supports out to get it in, so so yeah. Okay, so once we've done that, I'm just going to check that doesn't look too bad. So that will go into here, onto that one. I love how all this is held up, it's fantastic. And obviously that one goes into that one, very similar to the Tower Bridge short style that we did. As you can see, it's now much sturdier now, you know. Oh, look at that. Look at all the wiring going around that. Good God. Spaghetti junction going on there. So next we have to put in poles. So we've got poles that apparently, I don't know if these are big enough, but they're supposed to go, yeah, that looks like the wrong circumference for that. So I wonder if them poles are the poles that I've got over the back here. So these will be the poles, I reckon. And what they're saying is these poles go up the shaft here. God, that's gonna be, you can see it's just sort of snapped it. So how the hell are we gonna get that up? That's interesting. I can glue that bit on, but yeah, they're saying that apparently we've got to put these poles up it, so wow, okay. Do you know what I think it is? I think them poles are for the Tower Bridge. But what I'll do is, I think if we'll call it there, I can do a little bit of a repair work on here with some Gorilla Glue. Actually, what I will do, I've got some here, so what I will do is just put a blob, just get a cocktail stick, just get a bit of that glue. I can just sort of glue that, I'll just sort of tack that into place. Don't need an awful lot, but we just need to do a little bit of repair work, and then what I can do is let that dry, you know, until next time we work on it, and then that way it's got a whole night to, you know, set and stuff. So yeah, we'll just place that onto there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. And then what I can do is obviously let that dry, get a bit of a cotton wool bud here if you like. Oops, get a bloody camera. And then just, as you can see, it looks as good as new. But anyway, I'll let that that set. But yeah, that's where we'll leave it today, guys. So thanks so much for watching. Next week we should be getting the powering up done, which I thought we'd do this week, but unfortunately we have run out of time on this session. But that's what we've achieved in this session. So what will happen is that will go on the top like that, and look at the big, look at how big that is. That's super cool. So it gives you an idea of how big this will be, but that's what we're looking like at the moment. So thank you for watching. Please remember to like, share, subscribe. If you haven't got a Rolife kit, you know, they do quite a various amounts of ones. Obviously, if you want to get this for yourself, I'll put the link in the description of the video. But until next time, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, tap the bell to be notified of future uploads on the channel. And we'll see you very soon for another session of this wonderful build from Rolife. So until then, take care. See you soon. Bye.